I don't know if this is working, but it probably is. I'm still waiting for thing to sync up, though it says I have an excellent connection. And yeah, okay, I guess we're live. This is Captain Den in the den, and we're finally back after our holiday hiatus, playing the Shadows of Eberron with our DM Kavrown and a new special guest joining us tonight. I'll kick it over to Kavrown. There you go.
Well, all right. We're pretty much wrapping up the end of the adventure. The group has chased Gara, the evil half ogre, from the criminal organization Dask onto her lightning rail train bound out of the city of Sharn to Rote and environs beyond, whereupon they recouped really quickly, nursed some wounds, and took her by surprise in her car and used a sleep spell to render her unconscious. Whereupon we are at that point up in the first class car. A few of you were, I lost the page by the way, on the lightning rail and standing around with Sergeant Germaine Villeroy in tow and reinforcing your guys' writ with her presence as a sergeant of the watch. Gara is on the ground of her cabin car. The chest of her ill-gotten goods laying nearby. What do y'all do?
Well, I look over the sergeant. Well, saving your life and then bringing her back alive, I think there's an additional bonus that needs to happen on this one.
Additional bonus? She looks confused.
Yeah, for the rescue. Not only accomplishing what we needed to do, but we had to save you.
Appreciated.
So I'll whip out the tally sheet that I had where I took notes of like the additional payments and everything like that and showed where she signed. And then, you know.
That's not my signature.
Okay, are you going to stiff us on this? I mean, we saved your life. We did bring in your criminal. We got all the goods.
All I'm saying is this extra payment over here, you're talking with somebody else. That's not my signature. It's not my payment. You guys will get paid what we agreed upon in the beginning, and I'm gonna look sideways about that chest, other than, you know, whatever Gara was about. I'm gonna step out here and have a smoke while you guys figure that stuff out. But officially, I'm only paying you what we agreed to. Officially.
Well, see, I'm just going to say this once, because the prestige showing that, you know, how much you pay us is how well we did. So it directly reflects. Now, I would be willing almost to cut you back in on whatever we find, and then you just repay us that extra amount, you know, from your superiors, because that just elevates our standing overall. You know, I am trying to rebuild the Blazing Phoenix after all, after my parents and I start to look kind of sad, and everybody was wiped out during the moaning.
And maybe she could give you a medal. A medal would be quite prestigious.
You know, a medal wouldn't be half bad. You know, maybe a medal would make up for the rest of the money.
She pats you on the shoulder. Take a look around the cabin. I'm going to have a smoke and take in the scenery across the hall.
All right.
You know, I don't know you guys, but for a fee, I could open that chest for you.
Who the hell is this guy?
Wait.
He just appeared out of nowhere.
All of a sudden, my fist
that is correct.
with like eldritch magic, and you know, the guy standing in the hall. I'm like,
Evo, the voice that says that, you recognize
in your head.
not in
Talk to
your
you all
head.
this time.
shut up. Nobody knows about that but me.
You recognize as the son of one of the members of the team who you've met on occasion previous to the morning. When you look behind you there in the hallway stands, go ahead and describe yourself, Felix.
Well, I would be a slender, 6'5" tall cat in a foppish, pinkish orange suit with a wide-brimmed hat with a feather in it.
What type of feather?
And I'll just. Oh, go ahead.
Ooh, that's a damn good question.
The feather makes the cat.
We'll go cockatoo.
Oh.
A bird feather, Mr.
bird feather.
Ornithologist.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna look over and everybody's like, oh, okay, nobody kill him. I know this guy, and I'll just like push Felix aside really quick. I said, I told you, man, I was gonna give you your cut, and you were supposed to be our like silent backup, and now you just ruined it. Now all these guys know that you're here.
Hungry.
All right, I'm like, okay, guys, this is Felix. I'm sorry I didn't introduce you guys earlier, but he was our backup man. That was I don't see Felix on our list. What a drag. He was our backup man that I had watching us in the shadows in case we got overwhelmed. He was gonna come in and rescue us if we got in over our head, since I didn't know what kind of talent you guys were. But Felix, you know, he's like a third generation legacy of the Blazing Phoenixes. So, you know, I had to have an ace in the hole in case we dug ourselves in too deep. So this is Felix.
I thought I was your ace.
Oh.
You know, a good poker player has many aces available to play.
Fascinating creature.
Yes.
England has all kinds of amazing things.
Oh, you know, just a cat trying to make a living.
And when he says cat, he is bipedal, being it's that 6'5", and they're known as tabaxi.
Wait, 6'5"?
6'5", apparently.
So
That
like,
including the tail, or
Well, we're going from foot to head. The tail's kind of on the horizontal.
oh, all right.
you just kind
Does
of
he have a weapon? Have a weapon, Len?
You could see a couple of daggers on me. And well, yeah, we'll just go with a couple of daggers.
Okay.
So,
Is anybody's drink close to the edge of the table or anything?
there's a little end table there with all sorts of first class nibbles and drinks and appetizers.
I'm just gonna just gently push something onto the floor.
You know, it clatters.
The sound makes me happy.
All right. What are you guys doing? Gara is unconscious and will be that way for only a short amount of time.
Oh, not really, because I'll be constantly accidentally jabbing my elbow into her forehead, keeping her unconscious. That.
Well, it's a sleep spell, so any damage will wake her up.
Quickly, quietly.
Somebody had manacles. Maybe we could fix the manacles to the creature.
Yeah, who has manacles?
Thought we were given some, weren't we?
Yes, we were given manacles. Did I take them?
I don't know.
Whoever had the writ in the beginning took them.
I took the writ, so
then
I guess I have the manacles.
You have the manacles.
Well, I'm unfamiliar with their. I understand the basic principle.
Oh,
okay.
Jermaine Villeroy goes, you slap one on the wrist with this kind of motion, and you get it with the other, and they click together.
The front or the back, or does it matter?
It's easier to control them if you put their arms behind their back.
Come on, Shiny. I know you've done this before. Could you put them on?
Yeah, I could give it a shot.
I know yours are usually furry, but
Roland
And
knows
pink.
the position. Says
You're right.
Jermaine.
Something like this?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yep.
Can I
Yep.
give it the bird position?
You better search her.
all right. I am going to weave a magic spell around her neck that looks kind of like a inverted spike collar using prestidigitation. So it's just this weird looking like magical ring around her neck that, you know, looks ominous, kind of.
Okay. You leave your spell, and it appears around her neck.
Well, it's in this chest.
Okay, it's a locked chest.
I can. Would you like me to take a look at that?
Sure.
Yeah, but
Felix.
you're not going to charge us. I mean, if anything, you're going to
No.
do that just to earn
No.
your keep.
No, Felix is actually, like I told you guys, is part of the team. Felix was been following us the whole time. Felix probably took out 2 or 3 other minion and stuff like that were closing in on us, and just make sure that we were able to handle the main forces. So Felix has pretty much been here the whole time. Would you like me to persuade you on that?
You could try.
I don't know. It was pretty good. Sounds pretty reasonable if you ask me.
Because if anything, you know,
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Not horrible.
he's got to earn a cut of the share of his share.
I'm saying that he did.
And I'm saying I didn't see it.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you're persuaded or not, but there you go.
I am not.
You are not.
I am not. Did anyone else see Felix? Or am I alone in this?
You
Why
saw me.
not
I
to
wouldn't
be
have been
known
doing
to
my
be the most
job.
observant?
Exactly.
I didn't hear any meowing.
And you don't hear any meowing now, do you? Actually, would Killian actually have met Felix in the past?
Maybe.
Killian wouldn't remember.
I don't remember it, yeah.
Well, how long has Killian lost his memory? I thought it was like a year ago.
2 years ago was the morning, and
Yeah. Anything before that, he doesn't remember.
Could we roll to see if potentially we bumped into Felix a couple times before that?
you haven't met him until just recently. You had delivered his letter
Okay.
and reconnected with him just prior to your meeting with Jermaine, and as you said, ensured that he was in his environment, being your shadowy backup.
Well, I probably mentioned it, Killian, but your memory isn't as good as it used to be.
How would I know?
Exactly. Point proven. Well, if you guys are all going to be stingy and not trust my word, then I will give him probably my cut, since you guys don't trust what I actually am saying. Because
The only thing that I said is he needs to earn his cut by doing the job that he can do right now, which is open the chest. I didn't say he didn't deserve it. I'm saying he needs to earn it.
No.
If he's a member of our group.
All right, Felix. Obviously, they want to see your skills.
I guess I can audition for them.
He's got to prove his worth, right?
I mean, crap! I could open this chest. Are you kidding me? This is a joke.
Yeah, but it might explode, and if it's going to explode on anyone, I would say the new guy.
Well, if that's the case, I would say that all of you probably should move quite a distance from this compartment then, and me and Felix will make sure that it's open properly and doesn't explode and kill anybody.
She probably has a key on her.
Probably.
That would be the easiest.
Well, I was gonna let Felix show you his talent.
What is check for traps in 5th edition? Is it perception or sleight of hand? Perception, right?
It's
your tools. It's your tool.
The pick locks is the tools, which uses your sleight of hand.
Right.
Next check. The look for traps is either investigation or perception.
Which I can use both investigation better, I believe. Here we go. Do I have advantage?
You do not.
Ooh.
So it's a perception check against the DC of the trap.
Okay, so...
And I'll be looking it over too, since I'm like looking over his shoulder. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's good. You're good to go.
I think we ought to lock down the creature guard as soon as possible. She's dangerous.
She already is locked down. She has manacles on. And
are they on now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got them on.
And I put the collar of infinite pain on her.
Oh.
Which is glowing there, all ominous-like. You detect no traps. It is a lock.
All right. So, my sleight of hand is +5, but what is my thieves' tool?
So the way it works is that you get your dex bonus plus your proficiency. So it works out the same as if you have sleight of hand as a skill. It's the same roll as that.
Okay.
For you, since I believe you took that as your expertise, you get to double your proficiency.
For thieves' tools?
Yeah, for thieves' tools.
Yeah. So you'd have +4 plus whatever your dex is. So
it'll be +7.
Damn.
Now you might be able to, let me look on your character sheet real quick. If you went into your inventory and then went to thieves' tools, I'm gonna and use the roll there rather than going sleight of hand. That will probably correctly give you the right roll.
All right, I'm looking for my thieves' tools in my inventory. Oh, there they are.
I want to see if it works.
So it's got 2 boxes, dexterity and expertise.
Expertise.
Nah, it's not letting me roll from there.
You roll. There's a shadowy D20.
See it? Yep, got it.
And then there you go. Nice.
There we go.
I look over. Is that good enough for you? Unless they all bailed out.
Oh, damn.
They were afraid it was going to
I
explode or something.
I am impressed.
Felix,
Yes.
describe how you picked that lock. How did that look with a critical?
Well, picking the lock was too easy, so actually what I did was I left the lock and the lid in place, and I took the back panel of the chest completely off and went in that way.
Okay.
Brilliant.
So you went in the back door, did you?
I did go in the back door, yes.
Seems to be a fan of the back door.
Indeed.
That's slick. Hey, no hard feelings. Welcome to the team, Felix.
Well, thank you.
Opening up the back panel, leaving the lock as is, there are a set of books and schemas, scrolls in the chest, along with a bag, a sack, as it were, that is sitting next to it, basically cushioning it from one side. So the books are on this side.
I will reach in and again check to see if anything is booby trapped in here.
This is somebody that's had the second trap go off on him in my game.
Oh yes.
Before.
Oh yes, indeed. 9.
You're sure that there was no extra traps?
Since I'm right there, you mind if I keep an eye too?
What's that?
Since I'm over Felix's shoulder watching, do you mind if I roll a perception roll as well?
No, you can do the roll to aid him and give him the advantage.
Okay, there we go.
Which is enough, so you can roll again, Felix.
What? There we go. Much better.
Yep. Taking a quick bit of advice from Evo there, and hey, look at that thing. You're fairly certain that thing is a noxious, and there's no trap.
Check the corners.
Thank you.
Check those corners.
Thank you, Evo. I will. I'll reach in and pull out the books and the bag.
All right.
And pass them to Evo.
All right. Well, I'll just, since she had this table with this nice drink on it, I'll have them drink over to Felix. And
the drink's on the floor.
Oh, it's
yeah,
on the
I knocked it on the floor.
Oh, okay.
It was bothering me.
All right. Well, I'll just start, taking the contacts out, and I'll count it out if it's coins in front of everybody, and look at the spines of the books to see if there's any titles or anything on them. And she was supposed to be carrying some relics, was she not?
It appears that the fact that she was looking for a library, the relics are the books and the scroll tubes. There are 13 books and 3 scroll tubes. And a sack, as you pull that stuff out, with 600 gold pieces, a feather token, and a gem.
Do I know what a feather token is?
Yeah, you're well traveled. A feather token is a one-use feather fall item. They're very common in the city of Towers because people fall a lot. There's bridges and skyways and such, so they are a common magical trinket that a lot of the well-to-do have, just in case they fall.
What was the number of books and scrolls again?
13 books and 3 scrolls.
Okay. Well, there it is, mates. I guess I'll start shifting out the gold into even piles for everybody.
Okie dokie.
Take a look at the gem. Does the gem, anything seem unusual about the gem, or just pretty and shiny?
Go ahead and roll Arcana if you're trained in it.
Arcana, which I am not.
It
Roll anyway?
That's nah. It looks like a regular gem.
Show it the shiny. Shiny. Does this look unusual to you at all? It seems a pretty piece.
Let me check for you. I've never seen it in my life.
Oh my god. Oh no, it's the Death Stone of Avanardar! It's gonna blow!
Can I take a quick one?
If shiny, you can roll Arcana since you are trained in it, and
yeah, he rolled a 1.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Missed that. I'm looking up things. Anybody can take a look at it. If you're trained in Arcana, you can make the roll. If you're not getting a default roll on it.
All right, I got Arcana.
No.
It's a 19.
There, you notice a faint a bit of mana about it. It's probably magical, or carries an enchantment if it's not innately magical. But you have no idea what.
Okay. Well, that is absolutely, definitely a magical type gem of something I have no clue about.
Is that something I can jack OT?
Yes, you can, because you have proficiency in half proficiency in everything.
Got it.
If you guys want, with a little time, I could actually see if what is here is magical and what is not. It'll just take me about 10 minutes to figure it out.
Oh, good. Probably worth checking these books as well. Were these to be returned?
Is that to Jermaine out in the hallway?
Said loud enough that sotto voce that she could hear.
Are they library books? We need to take them back to the library.
Well, they were stolen.
Very helpful, Killian.
Don't want them to get fined.
If so, it was a really, really old library down there in the depths of Old Sharn. So nobody's got possession of them except who's actually in possession of them now. We're just happy that they're not going to Dask hands. If you guys turn them in with evidence or do your own investigation, it's part of being what do you call it?
Recover
of the watch.
I will take a look at the books. Do they?
We should burn them.
What?
You should never burn books. That
should be burned.
You are ridiculous, my friend.
Just because you can't read the books, Killian.
No, I read that. I read that somewhere.
All right. Well, here's the gold.
Inside you, Killian. A tiny little voice goes, and it's a tiny little female voice goes.
Yeah.
Why would you even burn a book?
I'll tell you.
Warmth?
What? Yeah, but you're made of metal, so that doesn't make sense
It
either.
could be hot metal.
Well, actually,
are.
I could just flat up cast the spell now. So, all right, stand back, and I'll cast detect magic on all the items.
Ooh.
All right, throw that up in chat.
Derp. I'm trying to figure out how to do that in.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's not showing up. I can't seem to do it.
It's one of the things we could do in this, in that we can throw the rules up if we remember how. But it's been weeks, so.
Are you
Okay,
using
here we
D&D
go.
Beyond?
Sorry, no, it just took me a few seconds.
Yeah.
I got like 50 windows open right now.
It's been a while.
So it's up there.
Okay, so you're sensing the magic here within 30 feet of you. Okay. Let's see. You're using your action, faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, an inch of common metal, thin sheet of lead, 3 feet of wood. The largest source of magic that's going on, obviously, is the lightning rail, and that's you can feel that with your spell just coursing underneath the lightning rail train. Aside from that, the gem is indeed magical, and gives off the school of. It's whichever one that governs illusions. If
Illusion magic? Okay.
I think so. Unless it, like evocation or whatnot. The feather token has that, and you're familiar with a feather token. It's got the telltale sign of a feather fall. There is magic glowing around the neck of Killian.
Not the one that I put up, but something else?
Something else. Yeah, Killian, not Gara.
Oh, Killian.
Your warforged friend.
Oh.
Felix also is wearing magical armor that's glowing, as well as his sack.
You had to say it.
I did. Which could be a satchel or a backpack, whatever you want it to look like.
It'd be a satchel.
Satchel.
It
Bag
looks
of
like a
tricks,
sack.
I see. But I know all about Felix's bag of tricks.
Correct.
All right. None of the books or scrolls then, huh?
The books and scrolls do not radiate as magical. And shiny sword emanates magic, but doesn't appear as magic itself. So it's pulsing with magic without having an aura of magic, if that makes any sense.
Well, being somebody who touches the outer planes for their power, I probably may have some inkling what that could be.
Yeah. And I think that covers everybody. Oh, and everybody else that still has an operative feather token that is also showing up as magical. And that's
very useful things to have.
Yep, so the gem is something, guys. Of course, this is another feather token. If anybody used theirs, they might want to refresh it. Here, I dole out 100 gold to each one of the guys, and I give 50 to Felix and 50 for myself. Sorry, Felix.
That's fine.
I guess these guys,
I'm happy to share. He opened the box.
I thought he
earned his keep
as well.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it just seemed a little pushback, so I didn't want to just do it. It's fine. So there's 50 for me and 50 for you. And
I'll take it. Thank you.
You guys could buy us drinks or something another time. I'm pretty much rich anyways. It's not about the money, it's about the prestige.
And getting the job done, says the sergeant from the hallway.
Well, we always get the job done. It's just the amount of panache and and exploits that we do.
Splitting up the such. Are you going to? What are you going to do with the books? And somebody was looking at them.
Yeah, I'll look at them.
Alrighty. They are written in a language you are totally, completely unfamiliar with.
Wow.
I mean, it doesn't even look like a known language.
Not anything even close to what's on my list, huh?
Not even close.
Are these old books?
They're very old books.
Now, what about Celestial or Draconic?
No.
Okay. And nothing similar.
Nothing similar. In fact, it is in a language that none of you even recognize. Because, you can obviously recognize certain script from other languages that are common. Nothing.
Right.
Nobody's even got one close.
Not even somebody who's read on the history?
Indeed. Not even that.
Wow.
I'll look over the scrolls a little bit.
Amazing.
They are in similar script. The bindings on the books and the titles, and the same with the schematics. They're obviously of something, but you can't tell what. And all the notations on the schematics are in that same weird language that you are not even close to knowing of.
I know exactly what this is.
Only we were back at the court. I know I could find someone who could read this.
No, these look like schematics to the Infernal Machine.
The Infernal Machine.
All right.
Would that be written and
it's an old legend. No, not necessarily. Anyways, we'll put the books back into the chest. Then, hey, Felix, can you seal this thing back up and unlock the regular lock so we could just take the books and not have to shove them into backpacks and stuff?
Well, I can store the books for you without a problem.
Yeah, I think until our friends get to know you better, that we should just keep it in eyesight of everybody. I know your bag can handle it, though.
All right, I'll do that. I'll unlock the lock, put the back of the chest on.
Okay, yeah, with ease. It was a quick, almost wave of your hand over each of the things to replace them and open them up.
What a useful skill.
All right, Killian, do you want to hold on to this so Trust is around for everybody since he'll see that these items are in plain view?
Killian!
Yeah. I didn't hear Killian, I heard something else. Yeah,
Nice.
I'll carry it.
It's a 50-pound chest with all the books in there. A little less now because all the gold is out of there.
No problem.
So I start feeding in gold pieces into the slot in Killian's chest for payment.
Yeah. Make me go.
Ching,
Make
ching.
it go.
I think we got about 100 credits in you now, buddy.
Killian, can you do the robot?
Yeah.
So is Killian Warforged? Is that what he is?
Yeah.
Okay. So, who's Ironsides?
He is missing. He got
He's
benched.
rusting away right now.
He got benched earlier on.
Okay.
He fell off.
He got feather tokened.
Yeah, we need to find it. Did anybody ever see him float?
Everybody go ahead and make a perception roll for if you noticed what happened to him in the fight.
Oh, I did.
Except for you, because you were under the assumption, you kept on saying it, that he was dead.
I didn't keep saying that.
Yeah, you were focused on killing that harpy because it had called Ironsides to jump off.
I was trying to inspire my comrades to fight harder by.
Then go ahead and make a roll. And Mordrin, obviously, you didn't see it.
No clue.
Felix was busy watching the entirety of the group from the distance. Shiny was, I believe, were you enraptured by the harpy as well?
No.
No. You failed to notice, but Killian, Roland, and Evo, you did see him fall and land on an air elemental that was booking by really fast. And he was intact on top of said air elemental when he left your visual. So he did not fall to his death, nor was his token invoked. The only one that invoked a token was Roland, I believe.
Yeah.
Because you had fallen the appropriate amount of distance. It's an auto invoke, Felix. So if you fall a certain distance, it automatically activates. So even if you're unconscious, it'll protect you.
That's kind of cool.
Very.
Yeah.
So yeah. The Gara eventually wakes up, but and starts berating all of you and trying to entice you to kill Jermaine and join Dask until finally Jermaine gagged her.
We try to elicit information from her about where the books were bound.
You could if you'd like.
Would interrogation be appropriate?
That's up to the group.
We could. I would say the aggressiveness that our inquisitiveness would manifest as should be decided by the agent of the watch, but you can get more.
I'm enjoying the scenery out here. If the doors were closed, I would be unaware of certain circumstances because you have yet to place her in my custody.
It's up to you. We place her in your custody, and then if you want to question her,
do you know where the books were bound, Sergeant Vilroy?
I do not.
Well, they were going to her cronies, with the DASP or whatever they're called.
The criminal organization Dask, yes. That we know of from your guys' investigation.
I mean, those guys are
my
so
guess
dim.
is they are somewhere in the vicinity of Rote, since that is where the train is speeding.
Or at least her handoff, but those guys are so dim they wouldn't know like archaic books from a dinner menu. So, you know, I mean,
They
this
may not,
ends.
but people who rent them might.
Yeah, but we can return them to the Arcanarium back in town, and let them do it. Maybe they'll give us a finder's fee, but as long as it doesn't fall into the hands of a criminal organization that may take these schematics and do something horrible with them, I'd rather that we do that. If unless the sergeant wants to book him in as evidence, that's totally her purview, because she's the one who hired us to do this. But I mean, our contract is pretty much fulfilled as long as we get this over bloated criminal back to town. So I mean, this is we get immediate round trip tickets and head back.
It's a 7-hour ride in total to Rote, so it'll be another 7 hours on the way back.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
So you guys will definitely have a long rest, and you don't have to pay for the ride back, and you get to maintain a first-class car, not the car, but cabin. Under the watch's purchase, yes, and you could stay in Rote if you want. I can, or you can come back to Sharn with. It's up to you guys.
I think, in my opinion, it'd be best to go back to Sharn so we hand her off and make sure that she gets locked up and job done.
I appreciate the backup, and she pays for the cabin, and it's another 7 hours later. Like I said, everybody's got the long rest to heal up, and first class accommodation, food, drink for the way back, and you're met there back in the terminus that you had left 14 hours ago. By a cadre of Sharn Watch to take Gara into custody, as well as your Warforged friend Ironsides, who's just standing there until the train pulls in, and then looks up like he's become active again, and greets you. Welcome back. Ooh. Sorry I'm late.
Well, you missed out, so you're only going to get half the money, unfortunately. Here's 50 gold for you. This is what the take was.
Excellent.
So I hand him my share and give him 50 gold.
All right.
I have a question. Are you all, is the gold automatically getting added into character sheets, or do we do it ourselves?
Do it yourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not editing everybody's sheets, and put it on the Beyond D20 side.
Okay.
I just want to know, is he rattling around with like 100 gold on him, all happy? When Ironsides, gets his 50 gold?
Ironsides doesn't put it in a slot. He puts it into a pouch. But apparently Killian has a slot.
Yeah. Safer there.
I didn't know you were gendered.
They do seem to have male type voices, whereas Cole, the Warforged, had a female type voice and a female type form. More slender waist.
We did not notice a slot.
You did not see
the
a
slot is in Killian's chest, guys. Come on, don't be so dirty.
I didn't say anything about a location. I just
wait till you see how I get the coins out, though.
Man, all you kinky elves. That's all you ever think about is slots.
Remind me not to borrow money from you.
Slots and bushes and slots and bushes. It's all you ever think about.
You wouldn't be here if your parents didn't think about it.
Felix, you're aware of the inspiration that I'll give out an inspiration, and you can use it to add to your rolls.
Right.
The bard can also do bardic inspiration. I'm pulling from Shadowrun, and I give out group inspiration, just like the group Karma Pool was available then. It is something that the group can then vote on whether a individual of the group can use that extra inspiration point.
Gotcha.
And I often do it where people make the whole group laugh and stuff. So the group inspiration point is refilled because I know we just used it, so we just got one.
Yay.
Hey, you could put that in your little inspiration thing on your D&D Beyond character sheet. It looks like a little sun.
Cool. Where we at? So you guys are back on Terminus, and Sergeant Villeroy and her cadre of Sharn Watch go back up to the Sky Coach landing spot, and she says, "Well, come with me, and I'll get the rest of your payment, and we'll fully escort this individual back to the tower."
Okay.
And there's enough Sky Coaches so that everybody can come along. And flying through the skies of Sharn, going through the mists and the smokes and the cacophony of sounds, you eventually come to the mooring point at the Sharn Watch Tower, where you've met with her portion of the watch. You go inside, and Gara gets unceremoniously dumped in a cell to then be further interrogated, and she goes off to the sergeant of the watch and conscripts enough gold to finish the original payment of 25 plus the bonus to 30 for doing the job that she agreed to, not her doppelganger.
Still disappointed, but okay.
But does
Looking
she
for that
bring
medal?
a medal for Evo?
She does type up a commendation
There you go, to the Blazing Phoenixes.
to the Blazing Phoenixes. What do you call it?
Is that the plural of Phoenix?
Phoenixes?
It's the adventuring company, the Blazing Phoenix. That's what it is. It's
Sounds
not-
better than Phenai.
Yeah. So at this point, when we all step outside, I'm like, so, my friends, though we kind of met in haste, some I've been tracking, some have been companions, but, and this was a pretty crazy fast couple of days, but I am Evo Shandor. I am the son of Lila and Nardak Shandor, who are the founders of the Blazing Phoenix Adventuring Company. If you guys would like to join and share in the prestige, the wealth, as we reform this company, as it was so crippled during the moaning, you could join a group of distinction and become legends in the land of Eberron. What say you?
Do you offer free food?
Obviously, you're kind of new how all this works. Since we're just starting out, there's two ways we can go about it. We can do immediate, where you get shares immediately upon, like we did on the train, and then you pay for your own expenses. Or, members, somebody will be designated as, the accountant for us, and then they will dole out expenses and keep track of all needs, and they will be the ones who carry most of the funds. Killian is probably one of our best people for that if he decides to continue on our journey as we I've known him a little bit in the past, but he doesn't remember much at all. You know, at this point, if we move forward under that banner, it's up to you, or you could remain independent contractors.
I would be interested, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business on the part of the church, but
well,
as
of course
that's not
not
particularly active right now, I think that would be okay.
There were many clerics among the Blazing Phoenix adventuring group of all different, as this is normally a group that aligns itself with doing the good for the land, though the good sometimes is based upon the perspective of the one who's hiring. But you know, we try to uphold justice, fair play, and defend those who cannot defend themselves is our credo. And normally people would know that we would not take jobs that would outright cause murder or flat out, you know, deception or hurting those of the common people, because that's what we stand, or that's what we stood for. And I'm hoping to rekindle that fire once again.
I would like to blaze the phoenixes.
It's pretty tempting. Do we have to take a mark upon our skin?
Only the inner circle has to do that, and I'll actually, well, I can't show you, but I do have one on my right shoulder, but that's for the core members, as there are several different circles that eventually you could achieve. And there is a wealth of hidden knowledge and information that eventually, once I have fully rebuilt the Phoenixes, that you would have access to if you make it into that inner circle. But no, at this point, you do not. The Blazing Phoenixes used to have a member list of over a couple hundred of the best adventurers in the entire land. And some would come in and help for specialty needs and then go off and do their own thing, or would come and work for several months or a particular mission and then leave. And then, you know, the inner circles were basically full-time part of the company, running the business, maintaining the hold, piloting the sky ship across the lands. And those were the core groups who remained together most of the time. So it's fairly open-ended, and you only really need to buy in as much as possible. There's no... you do take an oath. You do get business cards. And, you know, and then... But, you know, you can leave at any time. It's not like we're going to Shanghai you and, you know, use a spell binding to make you do whatever the Blazing Phoenix is. I mean, we never did that, of course. Never. Never.
Well, like my father before me, I would be more than happy to sign on.
Oh, you already did. Remember when we got drunk like about a month and a half ago?
Yeah. That argument about dogs versus cats, I do remember that.
Yes.
And I'd be more than happy to offer my services as treasurer.
Yes, Felix, as your parents, you have particular talents, but we probably need somebody with a little bit more sturdy-barreled chest to help protect it. And I bang on Killian's a little bit, if you're still in, my friend.
Okay.
It tingles.
I have the largest phoenix.
Really? Mine's blazing right now. Rebirths every now and then.
So, did everybody sign up, or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I would be interested in joining such a group as yourself. You have
seems a similar
proved yourself
collection so far.
worthy.
All right. So Evo reaches into his satchel and then pulls out a little paper box for each one of you, and he's like, "I knew you would." And each one of you guys have 100 business cards with your names on them, like, and they like basically it has your name and then like kind of like an awesome like descriptive word about you, or you know, the brave, or you know, the arcane or something like that, and he hands them all out to you guys.
I will not be leaving these in the chests that I open.
Felix just says the whisper. All right, well, first round's on me. Let's go, boys. And we march off to the nearest tavern.
All right, are you going to go to the nearest tavern there around the watchtower, which is most likely going to be populated by Watch?
The cop bar.
Or do you want to head back to the Clifftop Adventurers Guild?
I don't know.
Golden Dragon.
We should start maybe at the cop bar, and then we could brag about how badass we are and how we brought in this, this big criminal. And then if anybody gives us shit, we just beat the crap out of them. No, okay. I'll let you guys pick. You guys can decide.
Where do you want to head?
If you're paying, you get to pick where.
I say
That's only fair.
All right. We'll tell you what. We'll start at the Adventurers Club, and we'll work our way down to the cop bar when we get nice and really stanky drunk, and then we'll have a lot of fun.
All right. So are you guys going to walk, ride, or fly back to Clifftop?
How long of a walk are we talking?
Hour and a half.
We're all rich. We gotta take a ride.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a few...
Let's fly over there.
10 silver, so a gold.
All right, I'll flip the guy a gold.
And he will give you a sky coach ride, which only takes, maybe 15 minutes to get you there.
Yeah, I tell him keep the change, man.
Thanks, man. You rock.
He knows about the rock.
All sky coach cabbies do. And you'll arrive there in Clifftop, and you know your way to the Clifftop Adventurers Guild, where other good-minded adventurers and groups typically hang out to share in their exploits. Whereupon, we're going to take a small break, because I need to empty my bladder.
I'll be right back, too.
I'm going to get a drink. I'll be right back.
Anyone left?
Yeah.
You take a long rest?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Of course, I didn't take any damage, but got my spell slots back, which is good.
Nope, there you go. I got my inspirations back and 3 hit points.
Ah. And added my business cards to my inventory.
Ah, yeah. He didn't give us our words, did he?
Oh, I guess you get to pick your own.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my notes. Do I even want to call him? Hope. That bodes ill. River's ripping, huh, Dave?
What? Yeah.
So
Yep. Go on.
is it one of the more fuller times you've seen it, or?
Seen it bigger a couple times.
Yeah.
Well, that's the nice place to stop in.
Yeah. There you go.
Wow, what's bigger?
Does it fit?
Yeah.
Yep.
Overflowing.
Have you heard about any of the other like Lake Kachuma and stuff like that? You know, how's the rain like helping out our current?
Well, like
lakes and stuff?
Lake Casitas, they're projecting to go about 15 feet on
Really?
this storm and the last one.
Wow.
Wow.
So, yeah.
They were saying some areas they were expecting to get like 12 inches of rain or something crazy like that.
Yeah,
Crap.
well, San Marcos has got 11. San Marcos Pass and Santa Barbara's got 11 inches already from this storm
From this
alone.
storm? Oh
Wow.
my goodness. I filled the ocean up in one storm.
Yeah.
Well, I was seeing pictures of what the Sierra Nevadas look like. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Are they just
Yeah.
destroyed by snow? This all coming out of
Yeah.
snow up there, I'm sure, right?
Well,
Yeah,
Mammoth is looking great. They got a lot of snow.
Tahoe probably is as well.
I'm back.
Just
Yeah, I
ask
mean, I
Jeremy-
wonder, like-
Just ask Jeremy Renner about that.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness. Has anybody heard about his condition lately? I mean, it's changed.
Yeah,
he's
he
looking
stable?
better.
I guess he's better. Yeah, still alive.
He's
Still-
taking pictures with his ICU, unit.
What was the
Looks like
story
he got
behind
beat up.
that with the freaking snowplow? Was it like malicious or what did they
No,
do?
no,
No.
no. A relative of his left his house and then got stuck in the snow. So he gets his
Mhm.
snow plowed out to get him out of the snow, and then I guess clears enough path, but then gets out of the snow plow to go talk to him. But I guess
Forgot to
didn't
set the
put
parking brake.
didn't put it
or
in
whatever.
park, and it started to roll. So he tried to get back into it while it was rolling, and got
Got ran
crushed
over.
underneath it. Yeah.
Oh,
All right, I'm back.
Luckily, it was on snow and not rock or concrete or
Yeah.
road.
mhm.
Yeah. So it
That's
rolled
probably the only
completely
reason
over
he's
him.
still alive.
Yeah, well, they had to put a tourniquet on his leg, and his chest was crushed, and all this stuff. So,
Jeez.
yeah.
Ask Ken Block about that, man.
You can't anymore.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
Mhm.
What happened? I'm showing that I'm level 5.
Whoa, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's
You're
totally
in
wrong.
front. You're in front.
Oh, I know what I did.
Yeah, I just see you on Beyond still as a 3, so
I was messing around and I added some class levels that I shouldn't have.
Whoops.
right. Whoopsies.
Deleted those.
Excellent. Well, let's see. You're back. I'm back. Everybody's back.
Mhm.
Den back?
Yeah, I'm back. I said I'm
Oh,
back.
okay, he's back.
Robin's back.
Yes, sir.
All right. Alan's back.
Yep.
All
Never
right.
left.
Never laughed. Okay, so you guys have a rip-roaring congratulatory drink fest, and you can pub crawl or stay in the one spot, whichever it is your plan is, and have a great night of it without any additional troubles, unless of course you intentionally cause some.
No.
What is it you want to do with your next day? We're going to go kind of a little loose in the time frame. If there are things that you want to look into, get done, research,
Fascinated by these books and scrolls.
investigations into the books and the scrolls.
Think
So
that's-
I'm
I mean,
gonna-
these were important enough for the crime lord to carry them by hand herself to another city. These would seem to be of some import.
And let's see, to double check, Evo, did you keep the Orion family name out of your report as he requested?
Yes.
Okay.
The one thing that the Blazing Phoenixes are also known for is discretion. I'm going to draft up a charter. From what I remember, what my family charter was. I will put each one of these people's names on it and have them each sign it. And then they just have to make a choice if they want an active share or if they want to be under the company banner or the Yeah, which means like I would pay for everything, but we would expense everything out, and of course they would get paid a salary or something like that. So, which it can change at a later date. I just need to know how they want everything divvied up.
Cool. There is a house that specializes in the signing of papers and basically scribes. That is there.
Like a notary?
Like a notary, yeah. There is a notary dragon-marked family, and they work hand in hand with the banking one.
Notary spelled with a GN? As
Good notary.
By gnomes?
Nice.
A
Very
notary.
appropriate. A notary.
A notary.
Is my contact in this town?
Do you want it to be?
Is this our base of operations?
And it is one of the major cities of Corvair, which is the name of the continent. It is, in essence, New York.
All right, so if people are interested in what these scrolls and books are about, I'll go off and talk to my contact and see if anybody on my side of the law would know how to decipher them or translate them.
Okay. And anybody else? Mordrin, you were interested
I was interested in the books, yes.
Okay.
I think they are likely important.
Very probably.
So what we could do is like make an image of them, and then at this banking notary, they probably have like a lockbox, and we can lock them in there so we're not lugging around potentially dangerous or very expensive items. And that way we could check the underworld as well as the sophisticate world, and we can find out a couple interested parties and then see how we can move these books or get them into hands that would not cause the blight of the rest of living creatures in this world as we know it.
House Kundarak is a dragon-marked house of warding. They have the finest vaults and cells for the keeping of treasures as well as prisoners. They are a part of the continental banking system and are signed off by the scribing house, which is House Civis, and which, oddly enough, for making the pun, is a gnome house. And the warding house is a dwarven house.
So we're going to the Continental, is what you're telling us.
The Continental.
That's a bad joke. Sorry.
It's a good joke. The hospitality house, which gets its stamp, House Galandra, on the prestigious inns and stuff, would be very close, but more like the Clifftop Adventurers Guild would be like the Continental, and its rival, the shadowier version thereof. I can't remember which that one is offhand. But yeah, you get the feelings when you go to the Clifftop Adventurers Guild of having access to whatever you need. You have to pay for it, but it is available to you. And they work hand in hand with the House Galandra, as well as a few of the other houses, to make for not a one-stop shop, but basically a one-stop shop for adventuring needs. Continental style. Mordrin, what are your methods that you are looking into for the books?
Well, I would probably go and check at the local Undying Court Canton to see if there's any resources available there that would recognize the type of script or...
Okay. So you're gonna go to your church. And anybody else going anywhere?
Actually, I'm interested in recharging my feather token.
Okay.
We had an extra one if you want that.
What's that?
We have an extra one if you want that.
Nah, just recharge it. Didn't we give the extra one to Felix?
Well, I don't know. Cats always land on their feet. Does he need one?
This is true.
I think
It's true, that just
Ironside
means he
needs one
hits.
too.
Well, landing on my feet from 200 foot up does not bode well.
So did Ironside go with us, or did he say he had other business in the city to go attend to, or?
Ironside says that he's gonna help Cole try to get her arm replaced. And said that they would be going off to visit with House Cannith, which is responsible for having created the Warforged in the first place. And they have a tower here in Sharn. But he would check in and regularly here at the Adventurers Guild for any messages. So he's parked for now.
Cool.
And his charge was not used. It is still active. In that vein, Roland, go ahead and make me your Arcana roll.
Alrighty.
You're familiar enough with the feather tokens in that you actually know that there are two types. There's the common one-shot one, and we'll call it the uncommon or noble one that is rechargeable. And the ones that were given to you guys by House Orion, Alden, he gave you the noble one. It is rechargeable. You have to have a mage or spellcaster of some sort cast the Featherfall into it, so it doesn't regenerate a charge like a wand will. It's a specific spell storing item for only the Featherfall, and it has to be cast in by somebody with a Featherfall spell. Whereas the one that was found as loot in the chest is a common one. It's a one use, it goes away. So you guys were given the noble one for obviously saving the man's son.
Very decent of the fellow.
Let's see.
And you can pay a mage to cast it in, or if one of you or your friends has the spell, can do it for, the spell slot.
Which I do not have.
Yeah. I'm going through my sheet right now. No. Right.
Felix, make an investigation roll, and
Yes, sir.
Mordrin, make a religion roll.
Ooh, religion.
To see if you're varying avenues of investigation.
Not so much.
Pay through. Both your two avenues come up with nothing on the books, and are rather consternated by that they do not also recognize the script.
So you were saying that this guild hall, that's a one-stop shop?
It's like John Wick's Continental, except
So
not
can
shady.
you right? Can you rent a scholar by the hour?
You could probably.
Well, due to the nature of how these books were found, stolen, and tried to be smuggled, I mean, the only time that we pull these books out to actually show anybody, we're all there. You know, we're not just running around handing books off to you guys individually to get mugged.
Are these like leather embossed covers on them that we could do like a rubbing to have an image?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
You could get some wax paper for that to do a rubbing.
Well, these guys are beating the street. How about me and Roland and Killian get up there and see if we can make a little money playing a little music?
I have a horn.
You do have a horn.
Yeah. Knows how to play
Nice.
it too.
Go ahead and you guys can determine who wants to make the main role, and each of you can do the assist that isn't making the main role.
Roland, what's your performance?
My performance is +5.
So is mine. Do you feel lucky? Do
I always
you
feel lucky.
feel
Always.
lucky?
He is a
Do
halfling.
you feel lucky? I know, but I mean, I'm not talking like rolling ones here. I'm talking about in general. You call it. You're the bard by trade. I'm just really naturally good. So
I'm the sleepy bard, so I will bring out my drums.
But do you
And
want to be assisting or do you want to be rolling?
I be rolling.
You're gonna be rolling? Okay.
I'm rolling.
All right, rolling. Well, I hope you don't blow it, but here we go.
All right. So who? Do
yeah,
the
I
assists
should've
come first, or
Frickin'
what?
no, I should have rolled. It figures.
Do the assists first.
Damn.
You got
Tenor-
assist.
10 or better, and you get the
God.
advantage.
You really got the beat down,
Great.
Killian. I'll tell you, man.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
It's the same either way.
It's the same.
Oh man. Here we go.
Don't blow it,
Oh
Roland.
yeah.
All right. There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
Nice. You guys hit the stage,
We're booked all week. What the hell?
right?
Yeah.
And you're just awesome playing, and you garner up in assorted small change, 25 gold worth of tips.
All right, we're gonna put that to the newly created company fund. Is that cool with you, Roland?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
All right. So we'll be
I
putting
am
that.
bought in.
We'll put that under notes. That's going in the company fund.
while I'm when I talk to my contact about if anybody could decipher the books, I'll also ask if there's any work.
You're off your current job, and you're open. You're saying?
Well, obviously, it would be either. I don't want to do a solo and hog the time. So if there was
You got a
any
business
work
card.
for a group,
Business card.
and I will show him my fancy business card and say, "Hey, I know some things and some guys."
And he'll take it and go, "Oh, all right. Well, I'll add that to my my files that
He doesn't have a big jar on his
My-
counter, does he? That he
My
puts them
round
in?
file.
I'll add that to my round file.
Yeah.
No, I'll add that to my files on resources available.
And people I won't call.
Yeah.
That you have access to a company. Excellent.
Even zero love from my contact right now.
It's a very business relationship between the two of you.
Right.
And nothing that they or you are on the fact that you've screwed each other over. You're fairly even. You shoot straight with each other. Might not be a warm relationship, but you guys get the job done on each of your sides. And I'll make a note: solo and or group availability. How long are you going to be in town?
Unknown.
As is usual, you tabaxi, I swear.
Travel light.
Easily distracted.
Very much.
And your
piece of string.
Keeps a hand on their glass the whole time while you're there, never leaving it unmanned, as it were, on his desk.
That's too funny. And what's on his desk? Is there maybe some pencils or something?
There were that cup of quills and pens.
He moved them, didn't he?
He did. He slid them back towards his side of the desk.
Fucker.
But he does, with a quirk, pulls up a ball of yarn to put on the desk.
Oh, I just tap that back and forth. I'm in my element. I'm very happy right now.
Yeah. Keep your friends happy.
And when I leave, I'll walk off with it.
Okay. Mordrin, when you check in with the church, and being one of the few religions that actually gets to speak with the source of their power and have discourse with the Undying Court, when you can. Yours is very much a faith-based, grounded in reality.
I think most religions get to talk to their higher power. We get to shake their hands.
Exactly. Yours is still around, not elsewhere. You get directed to one of the Undying Court that is well versed in magic and is intrigued by your smudge. No, not smudging. Your etching.
My rubbing.
Thank you, rubbing. Yeah.
People are often distracted by my rubbing.
Yes, especially when you use the Toll of the Dead. And says, I'm going to cast a comprehend language spell on this to see if we can figure out what it is, because even we are not familiar with these symbols. And does so, and their brows kind of furrow with the results of the spell and say that the spell is not revealing anything on this as well. This is more probably a cipher. This is encrypted. And an encrypted set of books rather than magically or non-magically, just unknown. You'll need to find someone able to decrypt it with whatever decrypting skills a person of said persuasion might have.
So we're looking for a spy type person?
Where would one even find something like that? Sounds very martial, like you should find generals or something that would have ciphers and decoding rings and such.
We can get a hold of people like that. It might take time. Your resources might be faster. We move slowly.
We are still coming to terms with our resources, so I think parallel paths would be the best choice at this juncture.
And of course, any decryptor would need full access to the materials involved.
Yes. Well, that would be a bit of a rub, but at least if we could get some decrypted to have some confidence in what they're reading, then I think we could make arrangements for them to have access to the full tranche of documents.
And without actually knowing the Undying Court, I imagine that most of the court, being that they're undying, so they're some sort of undead, wear veils, hiding their faces, because, what degree of decay they're in, or not.
Well, the mask of the Undying Court is our holy symbol, so yes.
Exactly, yeah. So whether they're masks or veils, I like the idea of masks. So the masks then would be probably specific to each of the court, and a generic mask as the holy symbol. I like that. That's good.
Okay.
So yes,
I'll roll with it.
Yeah, why not? We will put out our own feelers for a decryptor and get back in touch with you.
Excellent. I will leave them my contact info. Give them my gratitude. Love is stronger than death, my brothers.
Undying love.
Purest form. Excellent. Okay, well, I will take that information back to my comrades.
All right. You and Felix come back to the Clifftop Guild, Adventurers Guild, and the boys that are finishing up a set to a packed guild hall that are cheering their efforts at musical entertainment.
It's what happened good.
It is.
And finishing up that set, a different performer comes up to pull in the void, as it were, behind your set, and you guys are basically you're done for the night.
Yeah, I turn around and go, "Good luck, buddy."
I'm gonna go with something chill. I'm not gonna even try to supersede that. I'm gonna go in a different vein. I'm gonna tell some stories. Thanks for amping up the crowd.
Humorous anecdotes.
Perhaps some of those.
Observational comedy.
Yes.
Did you ever notice sky coaches?
Indeed.
Well, I was seeing how drunk Evo got while doing his set, but he seems to be holding his liquor pretty good.
Excellent.
So are we have lodging here at the Adventurers Guild?
Yes, Evo has a suite that the proprietor has assigned for you under the Blazing Phoenix for young Shandor.
Not that young.
I will.
Compared to him,
It's probably
is an older, dark-skinned halfling, bald, glasses.
Amazing gift you gentlemen have.
I have a horn.
All part of the package.
That is, you are incredibly helpful with your horn.
Mm-hmm. It's a helping horn.
The helping horn.
Probably just we'll sit back and enjoy the evening. Is the guy any good who went and told stories?
Yeah, his stories were entertaining, humorous at times, and we'll give it a we roll here. Not a special. I mean, a couple extra points because of proficiency and stuff like that. So it's a 15 or above.
Yeah, it's not bad.
He's all right. It's a good after a big show to bring people down and more relaxed without keeping them all amped up. Good time to get food and drink. which the bar team really likes.
I will update my companions on the findings at the Temple of the Undying Court that seems to be in some type of cipher, and they're looking into resources to try and decode it.
Oh yeah, I already decoded it all.
I got nothing.
I say with a smile. I'm just kidding. Don't worry. No. Well, I think this is probably the preview of Wizards and you know, Iudites and men of higher learning. Perhaps we could try that tomorrow.
Amen.
And the crowd there in the inn is mellowing out, and people are indeed getting food and drinks as everybody's not standing on the benches with their hands in the air cheering the trio.
Can I like scan the room to see if anybody's working the room, like pickpocketing or anything?
Sure, go ahead. And
That's a bad thing to do in the Adventurers pub, dude.
No, I'm not.
No, I know you're not. I'm just saying whoever's stupid enough to do that is gonna like get 1,000 cuts in them.
Yeah, really.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Why did my? Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you're giving the room the glance over, and it does not look like anybody is that stupid.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're fairly certain there are probably others of your persuasion, but they are wise enough not to piss in the pool that you're all swimming in. So
Excellent.
Bro code,
exactly.
Yeah.
The honor among thieves extends to their co-compatriots.
In other words, we don't want to get our throats slit.
And this is the more upstanding of adventuring type guilds. The other shadier and or darker guilds, it might be something you know that you would have to worry about. But up here,
Right.
everybody is fairly
Respectful.
Good term.
as Lord Mountbatten said, one does not defecate where one takes one's meals.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna go into the next day then. If you're looking to further investigations.
Yes.
Then you pass the night through, go to your suite of rooms, which has a main common room with individual rooms with a singular bed and wardrobe, nightstand, chest. Small but comfy for each of the individuals that staying in said suite.
Excellent.
The next day, you awaken for breakfast. And what are your plans? Where do you wish to go to further your investigations?
Didn't somebody say Wizards Guild?
Yeah, I feel tomorrow we would take our refuges over to the Arcanarium and the library and see if that is, there's an archaeology group that also works out of that area that we can talk to that would be probably interested in these ancient ciphers.
Aren't the gnomes known? Wouldn't that be a house civis thing, possibly?
That is they are the scribing house, and the gnomes' country of Zilargo has one of the best libraries on the continent. But Sharn's library is and academy is also of repute, excellent reputation.
Got it going on.
They've got it going on, indeed.
Oh,
Well, the next day, that's what we had.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Bear with me a moment while I am doing a little of my own research.
Uh-oh.
I can't remember the name of the academy.
What was the sergeant's name again? I forgot. Sorry.
Bilroy?
Jermaine Villeroy.
Jermaine Villeroy.
he is germane to the investigation.
Ooh. Better Jermaine than Tito.
It was a sergeant, right?
Correct.
She has, of course, one of our cards.
Of course, yes. Moorgrave University.
Sounds like a cheerful place.
Yeah, it does.
They're run by the undead.
Well, no, it is.
That would be my church.
That would be his indeed church, yes. And to
So watch your blasphemous tongue.
The Church of the Intern.
No, they're not buried. That's kind of the point.
walking around and moving around. The difference between your two peoples, in fact, there, Shiny, is your
my people are from a higher plane.
People are from the sticks.
Yeah, Valinor is the Wood Elf country. And the Wood Elves, they venerate their ancestors as well in the attempt to aspire to live like a chosen ancestor and experience similar happenings, you know, if they were in the war, you know, to be in that war, or if they were an explorer, or you know, to explore. Whereas the high elves there from the Isles, the ancestors that have become so powerful that they have refused to die for whatever reasons, and continue to guide the high elves that direction, and those that follow the Undying Court,
As opposed to being death incarnate.
Yes. It's a difference in there. And your people are actually on Corvair. That is the Wood Elf bastion on Corvair. So those forests / deserts. Over in the southeast, I think.
I still respect you though, Mordrin. Even if you come from an inferior background.
Well, that would mean a great deal if I had any opinion of you.
Touche.
Nice to know that I have a vote of confidence from the backwoods. Despite your humble origin, you are also a boon companion.
If you ever come to my family's home, we will be sure to dine on the finest twigs, leaves, and berries.
We'll digest those things.
Your fiber intake will be fabulous, so.
Proud motions.
You'll poop like a bear.
Don't know that I would survive the experience.
It's half the fun. Does it not bring you closer to your goal?
Oh my.
Of being in touch with the dead?
I'd like to speak with them, not join them in the ground. I haven't reached the repute needed to join the ranks of the undying.
I've heard some of your members can be alive while dead.
Yes. Kind of the point.
Perhaps we shall speak of this further. This sounds like a...
Let me see if I have a pamphlet I could give you.
Pockets.
Oh, I'm sure you do. It's it's the the little pamphlet that you hand out to pique interest.
Good news.
I in fact got one of those. I think that was last year, for surviving the apocalypse, and I think the first line of it was "Don't panic," and I was already intrigued at that point because you're quoting some Hitchhiker's Guide here, but yeah, it was humorous. I think I still have Hitchhiker's Guide here, but yeah, it was humorous. I think I still have it in my jacket because. That was just funny. A pilot.
Interesting. Was it an FLDS thing or?
No, it was. I don't believe it was an LDS thing. It was another Christian.
Jehovah's.
I don't believe so. I could go find it, but I think it's at work in my work jacket.
Idaho, if you were in the Panhandle, I'd say Church of the Creator or something. One of those Aryan Nations spin-offs.
Oh, yeah, that's up there, all right.
We get Scientology handouts here.
All right. Tom Cruise and his fellas.
Yeah.
Are you all going to go head to Morgrave University?
Yes, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, we're going to find out firsthand. We're going to have to deal with secondhand knowledge.
Well, let's go.
All right. Do you wish to fly, ride, or walk?
I will pay for the sky taxi out of the company funds.
Okay. Probably another gold.
Okay.
For which you guys will take the sky taxi and head towards Morgrave University. And those of you in the know, though not the most respectable institution of higher learning in Corvair, has an extensive library that boasts definitive collections of lore in certain fields, particularly arcana, dungeoneering, geography, and history. As you land, as it were, more up to a landing platform and exit the sky coach. Approaching the university, it's a collection of towers here in, let's see here, Upper Memphis. The Ivy Towers. There seems to be an obvious main entrance point that you can go through, and indeed a front desk with several librarians and a queue to speak with them. Do you all get in the queue, or does one and the rest of you stand off to the side?
I'll wait to the side.
Can we see the books from the queue?
Which books?
I mean, is it a huge arrangement of bookshelves, wide open, multi-story, open concept? Is it dank and dark little tunnels lined with books, stacked in disarray?
The ivory towers are a series of towers here that are the library. Each tower being a subject, specific in the categories I mentioned, and then other towers. Those are, I would say, large-sized small towers to each of those, and then a very large main tower that has the open concept with many floors and bridges within itself, going to bookshelves and walls and floors worth of books.
Would I have accessed it prior to my engagement with the company?
Yes, because you were interested in finding out what has been researched already for the morning, and you needed to become a member of the library, i.e., get your library card, and that being the case, you were like, "Let me get a little work done," and you can come back with your 1 gold to spend on the library card, which you can pony up now.
Okay.
And have yourself a Moorgrave University library card, giving you access to the whole of the library, and also to the scribes and sages involved with, though those are hired on specific basis, so they don't come included, just you have access to them now. Shiny is also aware of many a different sage on subjects far and wide.
I try to help Morgan do the research.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if I'm familiar with the books, I'm gonna see if I can go find a section on ciphers.
Okay.
Who's carrying the books now, or are they locked up when we've got Rubbins with us?
They're locked up, you know. I mean, better not to overstate, you know, or carry them around unless you guys felt like we should bring them.
No, I didn't. No, but what I was going to do was I'll make sure that nobody's like, because obviously we've been around town and we've discussed these ciphers with multiple people from different organizations, so I'll make sure we're not getting followed.
Okay, good idea.
Then go ahead and make a general perception roll for noticing any kind of tales. And when you say locked up, Evo, are you keeping it in the suite or making use of the Adventurers Guild?
We're making use of the Adventurer Guild. Yeah.
Okay.
I will use my lucky and re-roll that before you tell me anything.
Okay.
Now, do I just re-roll it and remember, or?
Just re-roll it. Yeah. It's there in the chat. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Oh, damn.
How many times can I re-roll a roll?
With lucky?
Yeah, can you
I believe,
re-roll the same roll multiple times?
I believe it says that if you use it, you have to take the result of the second roll. So you don't get the chance. You're absolutely certain you're not being followed.
We're good, guys.
Well, that's good.
You choose which die to use.
Let's see.
Yeah, I threw it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. So yeah, instead of, as I said, you just get to choose, instead of like it as an advantage or a disadvantage where it's chosen for you. Obviously, you would choose the best one, but when you roll the
Right.
same one,
Yeah, that's funny.
All right. So you're definitely have no tail, other than yours.
I was going to say, I absolutely do have a tail.
You don't have an additional tail. And Mordrin and Shiny, go ahead and make investigations check to see if you can find a sage specializing in decryptions.
Oh,
Just ignore that.
I think Shiny's got it.
Shiny, you've been through here. You know of an old gnome that you've had a conversation with or two, who's probably still employed here.
I know just who to go to. What's his name?
His name is
The gnome knows.
the gnome indeed knows. That's Lannerbip.
Lannerbip. Okay.
Ladderbip. I bet he has uncommonly beautiful handwriting.
Or you'll have to see.
Go ahead and make another investigation roll to see if he is on staff and available today.
A great team we make.
Always backing each other up.
Yep. So, Mordred, he is indeed on the rosters that you've seen now that you're looking for the name given to you by Shiny.
Let's introduce me to your friend, Mr. Ladderbip.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think its office is this way.
And indeed, it is. And you go to Ladderbip's office, and he looks up over his glasses from the several tomes that are on his desk, and scribbling, and says, "Shiny,
So good to see you. I'm glad you're still here. I wasn't sure if you'd still be around. You've been such a bastion of knowledge at this fine institution for so long, but I figured you might have moved on at some point, so I'm very happy to see you.
I don't like old Zilargo where all the other gnomes are at. There's always something happening here in Sharn.
So
what brings you to my office?
There's about to be something even bigger happening for you. We really need somebody of your reputation and skill to help us decode some tomes we have that we really cannot make sense of, that are really throwing us for a loop. I've never seen anything like them before. Perhaps we could have you accompany us and view these tomes, or at least look at this
show
description.
him the rubbing, good Shiny, that we have brought with us to see if
Please,
this
Mordrin.
title page, or if the cover, the writing on the cover, perhaps rings any bells for our learned Ladderbip.
Well, let me see this. Oh, interesting. And he holds it up to the light, opens up some books, which lead him to open up some more books, roll out another scroll.
Love that musty scroll smell. That is the smell of learning.
Oh, well, this is very interesting work. This is very old. This is an old cipher. And you have more of this?
We do have access to more, and we're quite curious what it's all about.
Well, my fees are, let's see, basically 50 gold. What are we talking? Books, scrolls?
Yes.
Mordred and Shiny, both of you could make a persuasion roll. As he's starting to number off. And how many of them are there? This could take time.
Just a few.
Old friend, we have spent so much time together right there. This will be the feather in your cap. If you were able to decode these tomes, your reputation will grow 100-fold. This is the opportunity of a lifetime for you.
Oh, you said that the last time, and that was fantastic.
Perhaps you should pay us to look at them.
Now, that's going a bit far.
Okay, maybe I went too far. Perhaps you can reduce your price, because
I do work for a living. Yes, indeed. Being that we're such good friends, and you've brought me such entertaining investigations, 20 gold a book. 5 gold per scroll / schema will handle my time as long as it takes. And if you bring it here, then I'll have my full resources available to me. If I need to go to where you have said stuff, it could take longer, but the fees won't change because I'm not going to add on top of just my basic time for you.
Consider it done.
Excellent. And if you add in a little extra, tasty food wherever we go to, then obviously room and board gets the special treatment.
You'll obviously get it down quicker.
Correct.
In that case, right? You can be stuck with your research.
Indeed.
All right, we will make that happen for you, good sir.
Let me clear my schedule, and I will accompany you, or are you bringing it here? Which did we decide?
What do you think, Morgan? I'd feel safe with them being here too.
Are you reasonably comfortable with security of the institution?
I have no reason to
doubt
it.
Ladderbip, our friend Ladderbip.
Oh, the security here is top notch for a library. I can bring my own research materials with me if you're second guessing our security, which frankly I know nothing about because that's not my repertoire. I know there are guards and locks and wards.
Well, that might be even safer than what we have. Let us consult with our peers and we will get back to you.
Excellent. I'll continue finishing up this project while you do.
Thank you very much for your time and attention, learned sage.
And thank you for the opportunity to investigate something new.
You're truly the greatest of friends.
Oh, Shiny. You really should meet my niece.
Oh my.
I adventure so much, maybe one of these days.
All right. You guys go back to the rest of the group who are hanging out anywhere in the library off of your card.
And we will inform them that we have found somebody who is confident that they can decipher the books for a fee. I am more than happy to contribute to the fee.
Myself as well. I think it will aid us greatly.
Well, I mean, the Adventuring Guild is we could sit there and also put our talents to help him as well in my room of luxury, which he could use as his study.
Oh,
and we could give him one book to start with to see if they're worth anything or if they have any information that could astound us. If one book is that important, then the rest may or most likely will be as well. So
do we have accommodations for a gnome?
You could, my room is quite opulent and has plenty of room for me, Felix, and him, and Gillian, and you know, and
you have a suite that has small rooms for everybody with additional rooms that have not been unlocked because you didn't need to. It changes the price per room, but yeah, it's available off of that section of the tower.
Okay.
Plus,
so
not to mention that we took these books from a thief, and if he's here by himself, we don't want your friend to be in harm's way. We can protect him better at our location, the Adventuring Guild, because there could, or most likely will be people coming to look for these eventually.
Why don't we go extend the invitation to our friend and see if he is ready to join us then?
Fabulous idea.
Everybody on board with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. I did not want to be presumptuous and invite someone into our corporate home, as it were, without the majority of the company agreeing. So, yes, we shall extend the invitation to Mr. Ladderbip. Introductions all around. And help him convey whatever materials he thinks he needs to get the job done back at our...
Okay.
Remember, give out the business cards. Give him a couple. And don't be stingy with them.
Maybe one from each.
Oh.
You go back to Ladderbip's office, and he is finishing up the project that he was working on with a young assistant who is of dwarven descent, and get that filed, triple checked, and sent off to the Baron, and we'll call that one good. Friends, you are back.
Yes, we have conferred with our company. We feel that it would be best for all concerned if you would join us at our quarters. We are at the Clifftop Adventurers Guild.
Excellent! I love working there.
Any materials you need brought, we have brawn, we have guile. We can help bring anything that you need for the stay. We'll have you start looking at the materials and see what comes of it.
Just a moment, and I will. And he looks at the rubbings and starts pulling off certain books and putting them in, opening up a chest and putting it into the chest, and some scrolls and putting it in the chest. And he has put into the chest more than that chest should be able to hold.
Excellent.
And closes up the chests and said, "This should do. I can send for more if I need it." And let us proceed. And the chest stands up on its wee little feet and follows him.
How delightfully quaint.
I don't need any brawn for right now. Just keep the, if you're worried about ne'er-do-wells.
Which I will,
Sure.
again, follow behind and make sure we're not being followed.
Tail the group, as it were.
Yes, the guy with the tail will tail.
All right. So you guys take another gold piece flight back to the guild hall and set up Ladderbip with a room there in the suite, and he says, "What is the first subject of my investigation?"
We will bring out.
Well, first, I think introductions are necessary, right?
Yes, please. I'd like to know who I am residing with.
Have I ever heard of this guy, or my parents ever talk about him?
Make a history check.
Oh yeah, he worked.
Ooh.
Oh, my old friend. Yeah, I remember you worked several times with my parents, even though, they were famous and I'm just their child and in their shadow and footsteps, now that they've passed away. But, my father, of course, are the Shandors, the original founders of the Blazing Phoenix Adventuring Company.
Young Shandor, Evil, if I remember correctly.
Oh my goodness, you remembered my name. Many don't.
Well, when your parents are famous, sometimes. My own father, bless his heart, did the great research of the yada yada 200 years ago. I'm still working to climb out from underneath that. Maybe this will do it. Always looking for something new.
It's not about trying to increase one's notoriety. It's just making a mark in the world and making it a better place for others. Please come to our wonderful room. We'll have room service brought up for you.
And he pats your hand and says, "Thank you." And
by the way, the rest of the company, we have Jillian here, one of our mighty Brawn Warforges, and we have our melodious bard, Roland.
Hello.
Hello.
As well as Felix. I don't know if you notice him, but he is our shadow man that makes sure that nobody catches, off our toes. And
I did not even notice him at all. Wow, Felix.
Yes.
You cling to the shadows well.
Thank you.
And that was Thieves' Cant for, "Hey, how's it going, buddy?"
Oh, very nice. I give him a sly nod of understanding.
And we'll work our way up to the room. Killian and me will go and retrieve 2 of the full books that look like the most interesting or in best shape, and we'll bring them to our room.
Excellent. Yeah, you can retrieve them from the vault without a problem. If there was a fee, I can't remember what it was. You'd probably pay for it. It's fine. And bring them back to the room, and he'll take a look at the collection and say, "You want me to just look at one book first, so
I'll hang out in the hallway and keep watch."
Well, I think this is going to take days. Is probably what it's going to take.
This is going to take a while.
Okay.
And
we just want to know if these are dangerous and make sure they don't fall in the wrong hands. And let me be completely forthcoming in song and whip out my lute, and I will sing him a little ditty based upon our adventures that led up to this. And it is freaking fantastic, man.
I say, young Evo, your skills at singing and playing have increased tenfold since the last time I saw you.
I'm sorry, Roland, but I'm going to go Bard probably in my next level. I'm going to have to at this point. No, I'm kidding. So basically I catch them all up on how we acquired it and rescued the Warforges and the whole bit in like a quick short story, which I would normally sing, but it's 10 o'clock and I know that certain people need to go, or I would sing an entire 10-minute song.
Yes. And to wrap it up for the evening, there is a knock at the door.
Uh-oh. I'll go get it.
Is that not Felix?
I'll go get it.
Felix, were you out in the hall, or?
I was out in the hall. That was the plan.
There are little landing areas in the tower that you can relax in that aren't a part of the rooms that you could occupy.
Okay.
And you do see someone of the guild colors as an employee come up to the door with an envelope and knocks on it while under your watchful eye. And who goes to open the door?
I will.
Killian, there is a young teenage human, looks like a page or a delivery boy, perhaps waiter, whatnot, says, a letter for the Blazing Phoenix Company, and proffers out the envelope.
I will take it.
He has a slightly awkward pause while he's waiting there.
Let me see if I figure this out.
I just want to see you regurgitate a coin into his hand.
Oops. I don't know why that came out as
like a Pez.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't quite get it. Why is he waiting?
Yeah, I'll just turn around.
And close the door.
Close the door, yeah.
Say thank you.
Yeah, I said thank you.
Thank you.
I'll approach him and I'll say, sorry, my friend was very, very busy. He didn't realize that he should have paid you.
Oh, there is a problem. Warforged. Sometimes they don't quite get it.
Oh, who gave you the letter?
Oh, it was delivered by courier. In fact, it was delivered by gargoyle couriers. That's flying, gargoyles.
Really? Huh.
Yes.
Where do they fly out of?
The air.
No, like what company uses them?
That is actually, aside from their race, that's the name of the company, Gargoyle Couriers.
Oh,
they work throughout the city.
All right, where's their office?
Not the most creative.
Well, you're a stone-like creature that can fly. It's very imaginative. They have several offices throughout the town where you can post their services. There's one here in Clifftop.
Cool. Thanks, kid.
Hey, no problem. Did you tip him?
I did.
How much? Take it off your sheet.
Fuck no. What's the exchange rate?
Is
it 10, like 10 and the 10?
Yeah, 10. Yeah, it's copper, silver, gold, platinum.
Okay. And then I'll just go inside and tell everybody, it came from a...
All he did was deliver it through the building, so it's not much of a tip that you would need to tip him, but it is appreciative. All right, Killian, you have a sealed envelope.
Okay.
And are you opening it? Are you bringing it in?
I'll announce we have a message.
Oh yeah, what's the seal on it?
The Phoenix Guard. I don't know. What does it look like?
It looks like the Orion symbol. Not
the Orion.
Not the Unicorn Estates, but the actual symbol for House Orion.
All right, hand that over here, buddy. I'll take a look at it.
Give it to you.
I'll go ahead and cast Detect Magic on it.
It's not magical.
All right. Pop it open.
You pop it open, and it is to the Blazing Phoenix company. Requests your presence at a meeting in the Mithril Towers, House Orion, not again the Unicorn Estates, House Orion lobby for a business opportunity. As soon as possible, we will be expecting you at noon.
That's today or tomorrow?
Today.
What time is it now?
It's morning.
Oh, okay. This is the next day.
Yeah. It's the next day. So, time is of the essence. Signed. Hang on. Signed, Captain Randall.
Captain Randall.
And we'll leave it there. And you can wrap up your stream.
All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed, the Shadows of Eberron today. It's a pure role-playing day, which I think we all had a good time. And we'll see you next week. We're going to start doing Mondays now. So we will be broadcasting live on Mondays. If anybody ever watches, which will be nobody, but that's okay. Have a good night. Say good night, guys.
Good night.